Hi guys, today I want to go over a subject called review. Basically, it's actually looking back on where you've come from and where you are now, and either putting more attention on some areas than others, or maybe making some changes, or just realizing that you've achieved X, Y and Z and that you're going in the right direction. So basically, when you set your goal, you're going in a particular direction to achieve something. Typically what happens in life is that you're heading in a direction and you get distracted. It can be a great distraction or it can be a bad distraction. So it's like as if you're heading from Dublin maybe to Cork on that main road, and then you got diverted off and you go down a particular laneway and that leads onto something else, and that leads onto something else, and it's a matter of always getting back on track, because obviously you set that goal for the right reason, and you might change the goal as you go along, and that's okay, but so long as you're causing that change and you know you're part of that change. So the review is basically taking stock of where you're at. It's looking back. If it's a financial goal, where are you up to on that? Actually look at your finances, look at your income, look at your outgoings, whatever that is. If you can do the review with somebody else, it's great, so that you can bounce off. If it's your partner, or if you know somebody else, if it's a relationship thing, again looking at what's improved, what's worked, what's not worked. Are you moving forward? Are you moving forward as fast as you want to? What would you need to do to change to make things go right? Is there a step that you missed that you should have done? Were you too rushing things, or were you too impatient? You know, if it's a work goal, you know, is somebody else holding that up? Are you maybe failing to do something you should be doing? If it's a health goal, where are you up to on that? Are you actually achieving it or whatever? So it's just looking at the pluses and minuses of where you're at. That's all this review step, but it's necessary, and that can be done daily, but definitely I think it can be done weekly. Set a time aside, and it only needs to be maybe half an hour or an hour maximum, I would say, depending on your goal. It can be 10 minutes, but it's actually making sure that you actually just don't keep going in, you know, one day and 1 week into the next month and so on. You actually have to actually stop and almost stand back and actually look at the results, look at the statistics, look at the measurement of where you're at. And because they're indicators, are you getting closer to your goal, or are you veering off left or right, or are you going backwards? Simple review, that's all it is. So it's just maybe analytically looking at it in the right, what would say, attitude. It's not to beat yourself up. It's not to kind of, you know, do anything other than kind of acknowledge where you're actually at and be truthful with, this is where I'm at, I'm behind, or I'm gone a bit this way or that way, or I'm frustrated, or I'm, you know, mad, or I'm very happy. And it's like fantastic, just acknowledge where you're at, beautiful, admire it, and then move on. Set your goals for this week and write them down, so you actually you're kind of self-correcting yourself as you're heading towards your goal. So it's very important to review. So I encourage you just to take 5-10 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, to just have a sit back and look at what you're trying to achieve. Look at where things are at, look at where the roadblocks are, where the diversions are, where where you need to get back on track, and then just write down that plan for today, tomorrow, this week, what you need to do to get back in the game. Okie dokie, have fun. See ya. Thanks for joining me.